Good day, viewers out there. This is Folahan Oyelekan. Today I'm discussing Second Class Citizen, Chapter 4, which is titled Daily Minders. The chapter is titled Daily Minders. In Chapter 3, we discuss about Ada and her children, her experiences on her way to the UK, and when she gets to UK, what she also experienced. She even tries to compare her life in Nigeria with that of the UK. According to that comparison, we realize that she lives a better life in Nigeria than when she came to the UK. Now let's go ahead with chapter 4. Ada started work 3 months after she arrived in the UK. She looks very happy on the 1st of June. She boards the train at Finkley Central to her place of work. Ada works directly under the chief librarian, Mrs. Conrad, who is a Zek. She is a friendly and beautiful woman. She dresses neatly and is not disturbed by the trend of fashion, as she has a simple way of dressing. The other guests in the library are assistants. They are younger, glamorous, and fashion conscious, and they make Ada feel inferior. The main subject of their discussions is boyfriends and clothes, to which Ada always listens and doesn't contribute. Ada hardly sits down at work because she has a lot of book borrowers to attend to. The queue sometimes stretches outside. This surprises Ada compared to where she has worked before in the consulate in Nigeria, where they have to bribe people for them to read fiction. Ada is also encouraged to read novels like the people of North Finkley. This is another comparison between her experiences in Nigeria and the UK. Her work experience in Nigeria and that of the UK now, when she's in the UK now. Ada is happy with the job that treats her as a first-class citizen because of the environment of the library. Her problem now is how to take care of her children. Francis, her husband that is doing it for her, says he cannot continue again. He tells Ada to look for someone. Ada starts experiencing some kinds of problems. And the first one is how her children are going to be taken care of. Francis that have been doing it for her is not telling her to look for somebody that will be taking care of the children for her. She's not engaged in a place of work, so she has to look for somebody that be taking care of the children for her now. Let's continue. Ada suspects that Francis' decision is born out of the neighbor's criticism of him taking care of the children for his wife. The landlord and the landlady had earlier felt bitter with the idea of Francis bringing the children to England, until he told them that Ada had paid for all their fares. They then decide that the children will not stay with their parents. They will have to be given out to foster mothers. This is the practice of most Nigerians in England. They give out their children to the white foster mother without considering the nature and the attitudes of such a mother. Foster mothers are the people that take care, or they take responsibility of parents on the children. They take care of the children for the parents. Let's continue. Francis says that the people of Ashdown Street laugh at them because no African child lives with his parents, and that they are better off with an English woman to learn good English. Ada then reminds Francis that they speak flawless Yoruba they speak at school while playing, and that their English is not that bad. The landlord starts pressurizing. The landlord starts pressuring that the children must leave the house. He even advertises for a foster mother for them. But no foster mother is ready to take 2 black children into her custody. He later relaxes on this. There's another couple, the Ojos, who also advised Ada to send the children back to Nigeria. They left their 4 children in Nigeria. It's only the first-class citizens that live with their children. They are telling her that They are advising her to send the children back to Nigeria. That is only the particular citizen that live with their children in the UK. This policy is a result of the living conditions of the blacks. The houses are not well ventilated, and there are no amusement and playing tools for the children. The nappies and other clothes are dried in their room, especially when it rains. At times for days, Ada may not see Francis talk to because he goes out to take fresh air when Ada arrives from work. So that's the condition of the black in the UK at that time. The houses are not ventilated. They are not living in a convenient environment. If they wash clothes, they dry it in their rooms. Let's continue. With this, Anna does not have enough time to rest after work, and she hardly sleeps conveniently in the night with the pregnancy. Anna makes friends with Janet, a company girl who happens to be Mr. Babalola's wife. Mr. Babalola is in England on a Northern Nigerian scholarship program. He gets a lot of money from the program and he lives a flamboyant life. Suddenly, the money stops coming. Maybe the government is informed that Mr. Babalola, who originally came to study journalism, is not doing any studying. His friend deserts him because there is no more money to be thrown about. He relocates to Ashdown in Kentish town. When Mr. Babalola has money, his friends may around him. But now, they have deserted him. It is at that period Mr. Babalola tries to make things work again with his government that he meets Janet. He wants to make a call to one of his friends one day at a telephone kiosk, but the lady in the kiosk clutches at the receiver for hours. Mr. Babalola inside the rain decides to wait and makes his call, even if it takes him the whole day. He bangs on the kiosk, but there's no response until he discovers that the lady is asleep, standing. The lady is Janet, and she's pregnant by an unknown West Indian. Her stepfather asked her to give the child away to be allowed to stay in the house. Janet lost her mother a year ago, leaving 7 children to look after, and Janet is the oldest. She decided not to go to any social worker because she wants a baby. Janet narrates the story to Mr. Babalola when they get to his house. Mr. Babalola pities Janet but does not know that he is doing something illegal by taking home a 16-year-old girl. He then starts giving her out to friends for sex. Mr. Babalola later thinks of the benefit to derive from marrying Janet. He then settles down with her and she becomes pregnant for Mr. Babalola after having Tony, the first child. Janet comes into Ada's life this time and they become friends. Ada shares her problem with Janet and she advises Ada to look for a daily minder for her children until there are vacancies in the nursery. Ada now starts searching, knocking from door to door. Things come to a head for Ada when Francis fails his exam and blames Ada for her troubles. Francis failed the exam and is now blaming Ada that he is responsible for his problem, that Ada is responsible for his problem. Mr. Babalola, who is also offering his help, hears of Trudy and agrees to look after other children. On the surface, Trudy is clean, friendly, and accommodating. Ada is to prepare the children for Francis, who takes them to Trudy and collects them at 6. Ada has not met with Trudy. The true picture of Trudy is revealed after a few weeks when Ada notices that Titi, who is talkative, stopped talking. She then decides to take the children to Trudy by herself, which Francis is happy about because he claims that his friends laugh at him, seeing him with the children. Ada then discovered that Trudy's milkman delivers only 2 pence against what she pays for, but Trudy disagrees that it is 5. Ada then starts giving the children cereal before leaving for work. On another visit to Trudy, she realizes that, like other houses in the area, Trudy's house is also a slum, that the back is full of rubbish and broken furniture, and uncovered dustbin, old type of toilet. On the first day of Ada's visit to Trudy, she finds Trudy's children playing in a neat environment in the front of the garden, while she later discovers her own children in the backyard in a very dirty environment. Vicky is pulling rubbish out of the bin, and Titi washes her hands and face with the water leaking from the toilet. Trudy on her own is busy with a lover in the sitting room. Trudy cannot see anything tangible to defend herself. She just puts the children into their pushchair and takes them to the children's officer at Maiden Road. Ada is told to cool down with a cup of tea. Trudy arrives there later in tears, protesting that she allowed the children into the backyard because she had a stinking guest in the house then. She claims to be a registered daily minder with the borough of Camden because of her standard and says Miss Starling, the children officer, is a witness. Ada is highly surprised by the utterances of Trudy because her belief is that white men don't lie. That's the belief of Ada, that white men are holy, they don't lie, they are not found wanting. This belief is being destroyed by Trudy because all that is saying is lies. With Ada's experiences with the whites in Nigeria and the UK, she never meets the likes of Trudy. Trudy is reprimanded at the end and has to do the right thing henceforth. Since then, Ada does not take anything said by Trudy seriously. That is, after that incident, she has never taken her seriously. Since then, Ada does not take anything said by Trudy seriously. Francis then pacifies Ada and talks to the children not to play with dead things again. He also promises to beat Titi if she does not keep herself dry. Titi does not understand this order because she understands little or no English at all. She has been ordered to speak in English and stop speaking in Yoruba by Francis, her father. But she cannot speak the language, and that is why she stops talking to people. This is revealed when Ada's friend and a classmate of hers come to visit them. This revelation surprises Ada that the problem is caused by Francis. Titi later overcomes the problem after over 6 years. Ada then thanks God that the issue does not land Titi in special schools for backward children, though it retards her further development a great deal. Ada starts pressuring Miss Starling to find a nursery place for her children. She prays to God that nothing happens to the children, but something happens to Vicky. So let's be on the lookout for what happens to Vicky in the chapters that we're still going to discuss very soon. So be on the lookout for the remaining chapters of the novel. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscription button so that anytime, any moment I release any video, you will be notified. So let's meet in the next chapter. Thank you.